What's good, my lovely peoples? It's your main man Solace here. I want to do this quick video for y'all, and it's basically discussing: are black people forced into the ghettos and the impoverished neighborhoods of America? So, is this like some type of systematic plan where they place us into these harsh conditions? Now, I need all my people to hear me. We are not being placed into the ghettos because no place is a ghetto and no place is bad. So no one can be placed in any type of a bad place or a ghetto place. That is not real. See, the thing is, people are ghetto or bad. Places are not bad and ghetto and poor. People are bad, ghetto, and poor. So you can take a nice, kind, life-loving people and place them in a sewer. They will make the sewer beautiful. They will keep up with it and make the sewer pretty and a beautiful place for them to live. They will treat one another with respect and love, and it will be a beautiful place. And we're talking about a sewer. So I say that just to show you that places have nothing to do with those things. Only the people do. So if a place is bad or ghetto, it is because of the people. Now, we must understand, wherever we live, we make the place that. So if black people are in the ghetto, it is because black people are ghetto. Now, we must understand, I'm a black man and I'm from the ghetto also. So I'm not speaking against. I fully understand. I know that what I'm saying is true, because when I was in the streets selling dope and busting my gun and shit, and other brothers would try to look tough and say they were street niggas, I would chump them off and be like, nigga, you not no street nigga, you just live here. I put in work here. It's motherfuckers like me that make this shit the streets, the ghetto. I'm the reason why the hood popping. You just a goofy ass nigga that live here. Now, in me insulting that brother in my younger days lie the beautiful truth that I never realized. And that is that the people make the ghettos ghetto. I am not from the ghetto. I made the ghetto ghetto, and others like myself. And once you grasp that, then you can start making progress towards change instead of waiting for your oppressor to place you in Beverly Hills. See, if you place us in Beverly Hills, it will no longer be Beverly Hills because of the mindset and the mannerism in how we live. See, we sell dope and we kill one another in the ghetto as opposed to growing food and loving the life and taking care of the area we live in. We don't do this. We destroy it in each other. And we must learn to reach for self. Reaching for self is the only way that you're ever going to fix your problems, get enlightened, or anything that you are searching for. You must deal with self and nothing else. You don't need to point a finger and say, this person placed us in these conditions. What you must grasp is self and say, why is it that we are living the way we are living? Because this is what's creating the condition. If your life is bad, it is not because someone is making it bad, because no one has that power. If your life is bad, it is because of the things that you are doing and you not understanding things. And this is why you do what you do. So we must fully grasp. The ghettos of America can be beautiful places in a blink of an eye if the people that live there cherish where they live, as opposed to being ghetto. Too much finger pointing going on. Now, a lot of brothers will say, well, Solace, after slavery, we were treated like animals during slavery. And then after slavery, we were put into society, this system. And we weren't given any reparations or any type of mental repair or recovery for the damage that was done. So what do you expect? And this is where I say, that is wrong, because you're looking for your oppressor to fix you. He's not. That doesn't even make sense. That is something you should never wait for. You should never wait to be repaired or repaid by anyone who did you unjustly. It is absurd to think in that manner. When you are done unjustly, you must grasp the lesson in it and learn so that it doesn't happen again. We live in the condition and complain as opposed to raising our minds up to grasp a thing. See, you have to understand, after slavery, we didn't get mental repair and we didn't get reparations. But you don't need to be mentally repaired to know how to treat one another. A person can do anything they want to a person. It is your choice. It is your choice to go buy Jordans and support those that you complain about so much. See, we complain about the system and we say they haven't repaired us and given us reparations, but you keep giving to them. You go buy Jordans, you live in these government housing developments. We do all of these things supporting the system that we turn around and complain about and say is putting us in these conditions. So we must truly grasp. We must raise ourselves up. We must start to acquire knowledge. We must understand what unity is. This is truly the problem. We have no clue what unity is. We think being in a crew or an organization is unity. So if you're down with the Nation of Islam, they are unified, but they are only unified with them. If you're black and not in a Muslim or in the Nation of Islam, you're not truly unified with them. So we must understand crews, gangs, and all of these things, these are the beginnings of separation. Everyone's an individual working with another individual. Once you put crews and gangs and organizations into that, this is where separation begins. See, we have separation so deeply embedded in us that we don't even realize it. Everything we do is separation. You look at color. A white person is different from a black person. You separate that. Mind you, there are way more similarities in appearance of a black person and a white person in a whole as species. If you look at the different species on earth, you would never confuse a black person and a white person for a different species. You would never say, oh, that's a dog and that's a cow. No, those are people. One is just dark and one is white. So there's truly not that many things different about us, but we focus on what is different. Simple childish shit like the color, the hair. It's coarse, this is straight. So we focus on separating, meaning we reach for it, because that is truly not enough. White person has have hands like you, has face like yours, has a build like yours, has an immune, and so on and so forth. Has everything like you except small minor details that are different. You use that for means to separate. And this has nothing to do with white people because we do this with ourselves. You'll separate your left hand from your right hand and you'll say you can't let the left hand see what the right hand doing. So it's all the way deeply threaded in your psyche. The left hand can't see what the right hand doing. Everything we move, we move in status and separation. And this is why we can't grasp unity, and this is why we can't start getting any progress. We must grasp this. We have to stop making excuses for ourselves and pretty much just for everything that's occurring. If you're not being treated fairly in society, then you must remove yourself from society. And if you don't know how to do that, then you must grasp understanding from someone who knows. But in any case, we must not get erratic and say, oh, I got to get out to society. Next thing you know, people are going here, going there, to the same conditions. You cannot run from yourself. You can leave America and go to Africa, but you're not going to change anything in your life because you can't run from yourself. White men are, you can say, the British and the Dutch, they have the life in a chokehold. They done put their system on every civilization in the world. But you don't have to live amongst it. This is the beauty of it. You only choose to. You choose to wake up and go to work. You choose to buy apartments, condos, and houses. You could easily buy land and then begin to build your life on that. The land is cheaper than the rent of the apartment and the moving fees. This is how deep it is. But you choose to buy those simple-minded things as opposed to buying the land and working for yourself, growing, selling what you sell off the land, and doing your own thing, acquiring knowledge and being your own boss and living in your own reality. Basically having people liking to yourself live on your land and y'all all work the land, sell the extras off the land, acquire y'all some money to do whatever it is y'all may want to do, but you're not a slave to the system. Some people may say, well, you're still paying taxes on the land to the government, so that's to the system. Who cares? Taxes are cheap, that's for one. This is not a competition. This is about making your life better than it is. This is not a competition to see, oh, but I want to see if I could pay the government. Listen, man, get your life together. What grows on the land you can sell to pay the taxes. So you're not paying anything. The land will pay for itself. This is about you having a better life. Using the system how it is against itself to better you. As opposed to living with its suffering. Trying to figure out how you're going to pay rent every month. Having to wake up and go to work. If you have your own land, you don't have to do these things. You can do you. You can pay your bullshit $500 a year taxes on acres. Grasp that. $500 a year. Like, we talking chump change taxes on land. So let's get some knowledge. Let's stop picking for stupid things. If you want to stay enslaved, and you feel like buying apartments and condos and things like this is good for your life and going to work, then you do that. You don't need to explain to me how the things I'm saying is not going to work. Because they work for many people in this world now. They just ain't black. Grasp that. The Jewish people are doing what I'm saying. You have certain Mexicans doing what I am saying. You have certain white people who are right now currently building their own villages and things. They're doing what I'm saying. My people just ain't. They're saying dumb shit like, what about if you have to pay taxes? It's your main man, Solace.